Human beings, when we're asked to do something or overcome an obstacle in our life, the first thing we experience, even before we think, is a feeling. And the feeling will communicate with our brain whether we are capable of dealing with it or we're not. It can only be one of two things. A lot of people have, if you asked anybody about belief systems, and it's something I hear week in, week out, especially tends to be a lot of footballers who have got trials for premiership teams, and either their coach or their parents bring them to see me because suddenly there's a big opportunity in their life and then they feel they're not capable of dealing with the pressure. So they'll bring them in to me and they'll always say they're fantastic, they're brilliant, but they don't believe in themselves. It's the same as Conor Wallace, Conor McGregor's sparring partner. He came to see me.
Good sparring today, yeah. Few rounds.
And his coach said he's one of the top boxers in Ireland, but in his own gym, when he goes outside, he's no self-belief. So he went through the programme. So me and him's on YouTube doing the pods and stuff. After he done this programme, he won his next 23 fights in a row. And then Conor McGregor tied up with him in Dublin. I think he was trying to get on the Irish team at the time. It's not confidence. People talk about confidence. It's easy. It comes and goes. We're going to have a look at that. Belief is something different. Self-belief is more self-esteem, which comes from self-knowledge. So that's what we're going to implement today. That's vital. Everything above that is a waste of time if there's no self-esteem. Confidence comes and goes, motivation comes and goes, strategies, everybody has a secret strategy on how to be the best in the world at this, that, or become very rich, which a lot of it's nonsense, really. Self-esteem is everything, self-worth. When you have self-worth, it's something you can keep and you'll feel like a champion. It's more important that you feel like a champion before you become a champion. I know a lot of people who win world titles and they tell me they still feel the same. Or where's this feeling of feeling like a champion? Some world champions have told me in the past that they believe they won it by accident or because their competitor was off form on the day. If you learn to feel like a champion, you can feel like a champion your whole life. Yeah, which is more important. You can only be a champion for so long. But I say, talking about beliefs, everybody's saying you need to believe in yourself, you need to believe in yourself. Can anybody explain to me here what a belief is?
Something that you know in your heart's real, but you just can't see it.
How do you know?
Just from past experiences. Like, for example, here I was scared to come in because I could box, but I never knew nothing about anything else, and I knew I could have went to a lot of different gyms, but I knew to come here. Not because of the SBG brand, the moment I met Damien, I knew, I felt something.
And how do you know?
I can't explain it, it's just there, it's just like something that somebody said right there, I don't know how to...
How do you know if you like something or you don't? Food-wise?
Food? Oh Jesus, everything. There's nothing I don't like.
If you close your eyes and you think of a food you like and a food you don't like, how do you know whether you like it or not? What's telling you?
Your brain. Is it your feelings?
You're feeling how you feel. We feel before we do anything. So, if you feel that you can do something, even with the food, a lot of people who eat things they shouldn't eat or take things they shouldn't take, like a lot of drug addicts know that drugs aren't good for them and it can kill them, but yet the feeling, the subconscious mind, the 88% of the mind is a pleasure seeker. It's the addictive mind, yeah? And if it wants something, the 88% will always win. It's like 88 people playing tug of war with 12 people. You can rationalise with them all day. You can try and frighten them. Does nothing. I could introduce you to lots of doctors who smoke. A lot of doctors could come in and give you a lecture on the damage that smoking does, but yet they smoke and a lot of them overeat. So it's nothing to do with the willpower, the rational mind. It's the irrational mind is the driver of us. And that's where the feelings are coming from as well. If you've past experiences where you're caught in a triangle choke, and it's a negative feeling with the memory, then when you go back into that position, bang, you get the feeling and the brain shoots you back into the memory. And then it makes the feeling stronger. And the more you practice that, you get good with practice. So this is about interrupting the pattern and replacing it. Okay? So if you ask me to do something and I'm caught with this feeling of I'm not capable or I don't believe I can do it, then the good thing is you can't get rid of it, number one. It's like people trying to get rid of fear in their life. And that's a popular one with boxers. They all want to get rid of fear. You can't get rid of fear. It's a natural emotion. It stops you getting in with the bear up at the zoo. Yeah, you have to feel it. But you can water it down a bit, and you can replace a lot of it. And you have to replace it with an important feeling of I can do, I am capable. So how do you know you're capable of doing something?
Try it.
You need to remind yourself who you are and what you've done in the past, what you've achieved. And it doesn't matter what that achievement is. If it's winning the egg and spoon race at kindergarten, if it's learning to ride a bicycle without your stabilisers for the first time, learning to swim, passing your driving test, passing an interview, having your first child, it doesn't matter. If I access the memory, yeah, it will bring in how I felt when I accessed that memory. Well, it was my first arm bar or the first class without getting choked out. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever it was that made you feel good, when you're telling somebody about it or you're accessing the memory for yourself, then the feeling has to come back in again. Yeah? If I'm getting in the cage with somebody and he is a European champion and a world champion, he will have those two belts and two memories of when he won them. So he has 2 times that energy running through his nervous system. I will make sure I have about 22 memories running through mine, because if I don't, I might get that void filled with fear and self-doubt and anxiety. So that's my job. It's your job, is to replace it with something, because you can't get rid of it. You have to replace it. And we have lots of good memories of times in our life when we felt capable and we felt strong. And you don't have to do that, but if you don't do it, there's a danger that something else will come in. And usually if it's competition, then there is the adrenaline, and we can mix that up with fear, and that can communicate to our brain that, you know, something might happen. Yeah? Because whatever you feel will access the past when you felt that, and it will build a future of what's going to happen. So if I'm feeling, say a natural feeling of feeling warm, if I'm feeling warm, the voice in my head will say, Sean, open a window and cool down. If I'm feeling very, very cold, then the voice will tell me to put something warm on. If I'm noticing fear, my brain will tell me to back off and be careful. If I'm noticing confidence, yeah, it's telling me I'm capable and I can do this. If I notice motivation on top of that, it's, yeah, let me at it. Come on, I can't wait. Okay? So, motivation goes on top of this. This is self-knowledge, who you are, what you've achieved in your life, what skills you've mastered, what have you had to overcome, what are your biggest obstacles in your life. Some of my biggest achievements are overcoming obstacles. So if I'm faced with any obstacle in front of me, rather than comparing it to how I feel now, I can compare it with stuff that happened to me in the past. Yeah? So if I'm getting this feeling telling me I can't deal with that, I'll say, hold on, and look into my past and think, I have dealt with all that. I've overcame all that. This is one thing, of course I can do it. How do you know? Because I've done all that. I know who I am. I can do that and you can do that. Doesn't matter what it is. Your nervous system will not differentiate between what the achievement was. Yeah?